I am legitimately crazy for trying to do this again. And I don't know how this is going to go, but hi, welcome back to Gavin Reads It All. I am doing another Vlogs of Halloween video, and today I want to try and read for 24 hours straight, from midnight to midnight, and yeah, I haven't slept yet, so this is going to be very interesting, but I didn't sleep the last time either, and that went pretty well, in my opinion. So earlier this year, I did do a 24-hour reading challenge from midnight to midnight, and then last Vlogs of Halloween, one of the last vlogs I did was another 24-hour reading vlog, where I stayed up from like 1:30 p.m. to 1:30 p.m, but that's not as fun. That is not as fun. You know what is fun? Is staying up past your bedtime. Everyone else is in bed. Everyone else is asleep. Well, maybe not everyone, because there'll be people on night shift and this, that, and the other. Anyway, that's not the point. There is nothing more exciting than, you know, making a coffee at midnight and buckling down to read. Like, genuinely, this is, oh god, I'm so excited. Like, I am going to rue the day when it gets to like 6 a.m. and I would be like, damn, there's still like another 18 hours of this. I'm out. Get that fire exit door, I'm off. So as much as I'm excited for this, I'm also very aware that this could be very detrimental to your health. So please do not try this at home, okay? Leave it to the professionals. This is for entertainment purposes only, as well as the obscene amount of caffeine that I'm most likely going to consume in the next 24 hours. Look, I'm allowed a cheat day, okay? I'm allowed a day where I do naughty things because I've been good for the other 364 days of the year. Don't know if it's a leap year or not, but like, I've been good. So allow me this. So I actually have Patreon reading sprints in 20 minutes. So I'm going to go live at 11:30 p.m, count us down to midnight, and then start midnight, we are going to read. But before we can do that, we do need to start the caffeine counter. Midnight to midnight is definitely the best way to do this, because when the 24 hours ends, it will be midnight and it'll be the perfect time to go to bed. And also, I just freaking loved when Zoe by Read by Zoe did this. Her 24-hour reading vlogs are literally still some of my favorite booktube content of all time. So this is in honor of Read by Zoe. Oh, and also, do you like my Scooby-Doo pajamas? I've also got pants as well. Look at this. Look at this. Oh, I've got the entire Scooby-Doo pajama outfit because we are going to get cozied up. We're going to be wearing our pajamas for pretty much the most of today, I think. Let's bring you back over here so you can see the magic getting happening. Something's going on with my voice. I don't know what it is. I don't know if I'm becoming hetero or I'm maybe starting to get a cold. During my last 24-hour reading vlog, I did manage 1,166 pages in 24 hours. I would like to beat that. I would like to beat 1,166 pages. And if I don't beat it, I don't know how, but I will. What can my punishment be? You know what? Leave your suggestions down below. Also, leave your predictions. Do you think I will beat 1,166 pages in this video? Leave your predictions down in the comments. And then let me know what punishment I should have if I don't hit that number. Gonna use my little pumpkin mug. Double shot. Double shot. Oh, crap. I forgot to squirt in the pumpkin spice syrup, and usually I like to do that before I put in the coffee. Never mind, I'll do it now. But if it's a double shot, does that mean I should count that twice on the caffeine counter, or just once? I'll just count it the once for now. My favourite part about making this is putting the steamed milk in. Beautiful. Beautiful. Not that I can really say anything, but... oh, that is stun. That is the city of Stunderland. Oh my god, literally the exact right amount of milk as well. I'm so good. Got the live show set up now. We're going live in 6 minutes. Nearly 11:30. And I do have a TBR, but I didn't want to set too big of a TBR and tell you all about it at the start of the video, because in the last one that I did earlier this year, I mentioned a whole bunch of books, and it just made me feel overwhelmed, and I didn't get to very many of them. So I'm going to go one by one. I'm definitely going to start with this one, though, because I think it's going to be perfect to start at midnight, and that is The Midnight Club by Christopher Pike, because I do want to try and read not just like horrors and thrillers, but like spooky books in general. They can be anything really. They can be like witchy books, things that are going to be perfect for fall. And Christopher Pike is a very prolific, you know, 80s and 90s young adult writer. So on the same lines of R.L. Stine, for instance. And I've never read a Christopher Pike book. And this is, you know, The Midnight Club. Apparently got made into a Netflix film, which I have not watched. But in a hospice for terminally ill adolescents, there are 5 young people who meet up, I think every night, to tell each other ghost stories. A little bit like Are You Afraid of the Dark? But it's set at this hospice. They make a pact that if one of them dies first, they will make contact with them from Beyond the Grave or something like that. It's just over 200 pages. So I think this could be like a really good one to start with, to start at midnight with, and really feel like I'm knocking something off my TBR. Hopefully within like the first like 3-4 hours of like the 24 hours. I don't know how much I'll get read in these sprints, but I'm only planning on going live until maybe around about like 2-3 a.m. Hopefully I'll get done with this by then, but I'm not holding my breath. If you end up enjoying this video, please do give it a like, subscribe if you haven't already, and make sure you grab yourself a nice cozy drink for this video. I want to make this as cozy and as lovely as possible, maybe not as chaotic, although I do want to crack open the bubbly. I want to crack open the bubbly when it gets to like around about like hour 18, hour 19, and I need something to pick me up. So let's get all nice and cozy together. The witching hour is about to begin. Welcome in, everyone. I also have a nice chair here as well to sit on and be all cozy. I'm going to start the first sprint. I will see you all in 40 minutes. Happy midnight, even if it's not your time zone, happy midnight. Okay, it's just past midnight. I have set everyone off on this sprint. And I turn around and this little fucker is on my seat. It's right. I really wanted to sit there, Ash. I got it all set up and nice and cozy for me. Because I wanted to sit there when it turned midnight so I could get all cozy and start my 24-hour reading challenge. But you don't care, do you? He doesn't care. And I really wanted to sit there. I really want to sit there. I'm going to have to move them. I'm sorry. You can go on my knee. You can go on my knee. This is honestly not on. So I'm going to put that there. I'm going to put that there. Ash, I need it. I need the chair, Papa. You can go on my knee, Papa. You can go on my knee. Yes, you can. Yes, you can. We can both share it. We can both share it. See? Oh, you're so cute. Wait, where's my book? He's gone to my chair, like my proper chair now. So I think he's still happy. Wasting time here, Ash. I've wasted 4 minutes. Hope you're happy. I hope you're happy now. It's 1:07 a.m. Cracked open the monster and I've started the second sprint and we're going to read for another 40 minutes. Hopefully I read way more in this sprint. The cats were very distracted in the first sprint. 'Tis 3:13 a.m. I have just finished sprints and we did 3 sprints. The first 2 were 40 minutes. The last one was 50 minutes and it was so lovely. Honestly, like so nice, so cozy. So great to hang out with everyone and to kickstart my 24-hour readathon, right? And yeah, I made it to page 132. So I have exactly 80 pages left. And with it being, you know, 3 13 a.m. I think that's really good progress, actually. I will probably finish this by about 5 a.m., I want to say. And that should be around about when it starts to get a little bit light. Apparently sun rises at 7 a.m., but I imagine it'll start getting lighter maybe by like 6:30 a.m. I am rather tired, but I'm having such a blast. I'm having such a blast. I love this. Well, I mean, I love like being awake at this time. I love that I'm doing this challenge. But I don't mean I'm having a blast reading the Midnight Club. Like, it is good. Like, I am liking this so far. So yes, this does follow 5 young people. They are in a hospice and they each have like different like illnesses. Like, this is actually like very heavy when it comes to the characters. Like, we have like people with leukemia, cancer. People have had, you know, legs and arms amputated. And it's a very heavy thing. And I already know, because like Christopher Pike could be like the R.L. Stine equivalent, but I already know Christopher Pike is a better writer because of how he's doing characters. And I really do feel for these characters. Like, it's been so melancholic, and the things that they say is like so like sad sometimes. They've kind of just like accepted reality that they've had these awful things happen and they're still going through so many things. And some of them might not even live that long. And so they're having these conversations. A couple of the characters are like kind of, you know, in love. And things like that. It's just kind of sad to think you're so young, you have your entire life ahead of you, or at least you should have. And yet, you know, they have, you know, these really heavy conversations every now and then that really puts things into perspective. So I already know the character work in this is miles better than anything R.L. Stine could do. R.L. Stine is still my main man. I love him. He got me into read when I was a kid. But, like, his books are not the best. You know what I mean? Like, I would say Fear Street is the equivalent to The Midnight Club, just with that whole teen aspect to it. But there has never been a character in a Fear Street book that has felt more real and alive than the, like, 5 main characters of this one. We have Anya, Alonka, Kevin, Spencer, and Sandra. And I keep having something in my eye. A lot of this is just them telling stories to one another. They're coming up with these stories. Some of them aren't really scary. In fact, none of them have really scared me. I don't think any of the stories that they've been telling has been very good. I kind of did like the one about the devil and offering to make someone be 2 people and still be able to inhabit both people. So one person can, you know, go and have all the fun things and the other one will be able to do all the things that they're supposed to do academically and, you know, the proper things in life, and still experience more things. That was an interesting little story within this. But in terms of like the main plot, nothing has happened really. There hasn't really been anything spooky. There hasn't really been anything really outside of the storytelling that has really like gripped me. Because the whole thing about making a pact, whoever dies first will try to contact the others from beyond the grave, like nothing's really kicked in yet. It's like 130 pages. They've made the pact, but nothing has happened. So I'm still interested to see like what's going to happen in the last 80 pages, but I don't know if it's just going to be more storytelling because I've stopped in the middle of a chapter. The sprint did end and I've stopped in the middle of a chapter. The first couple of chapters were so freaking long. Chapter 3 wasn't that long. Chapter 4 is another long one. So this is one where it's feeling a little bit slow. Like it's not a big book, but it's reading a little bit slow. But I'm still liking it. I still think this is probably better written than anything R.L. Stine has ever done, which I shouldn't be comparing the two. I really shouldn't. But great character work. Like, it's really making me feel for these characters. And it's also making me want to watch the Netflix adaptation of it as well. I hope it's good. I think a couple of people on my Patreon sprints said that it was good. I think it's also a TV show they might have mentioned instead of a movie. I thought it would have been a movie, but I think it's a TV show. But I'll check it out at some point. But yeah, I need to like walk around. I need to like keep active and keep my body going. So I might do a little bit of that. It's apparently raining right now. Can't hear it, can't see it. So I might try and stand outside for a little bit, get some fresh air, and see if I can like perk up a little bit more that way. Not that I need perking up already. 3 hours into this challenge, I don't need picking up already. I've just been cooked up in this box of a room for the last like 4 hours. So I just need to stretch my legs a bit, you know, stretch my legs, see a little bit new scenery. And Ash and Toby have been hanging around me like a bad smell. So they probably want to be played with as well. Yeah, let's get my first book of my 24-hour readathon finished. Mr. Seat Stealer, you. Mr. Seat Stealer. Yes, you are. This is the claw of consequences. Whenever you steal my seat, you have to endure the claw of consequences. Can't get nothing for free, you know. That's a sad reality of life. You're so cute. Are you such adorable? You're such adorable. I look at you. I look at you. 6:48 a.m. and oh my god, I didn't realize just what my cats get up to when I'm asleep. No wonder they sleep during the day. They were pretty much running ragged until like 5 o'clock this morning. I was like, oh my god, these kids took ages to finish the midnight club. They're probably going to settle down now, which is fine because I'm about to leave. Been a while since I've had to keep lights on in the living room while the sun is still coming up. It looks like it's going to be really foggy as well. It looks a little bit foggy outside. It's either fog or there's a fire. I don't know. But yeah, I finished the midnight club. I don't think there was really that much scary about it by the end of it. It was predominantly the stories that each of them tell each other at midnight. And I think the horror comes from the theme of death itself, in the fact that these kids have to confront it so early in their lives. Like, that is so, like, scary. That is a genuinely scary thing. Felt very real. Felt very depressing. Lots of stuff about, like, reincarnation, life after death, what you believe in, and stuff like that. So it did cross over into looking into a little bit of faith and what you believe in. And there was like a little bit of like random stuff. I don't think I fully got this book. I do think it was very well written when it came to the characters. I felt so utterly bad for them, and their lives were tragic. Absolutely. Kudos to Christopher Pike for delivering very real characters. But I don't actually think this was scary at all. Unfortunately, it was good, but not exactly what I was looking for, you know, reading for 24 hours spooky books, you know? So I'll give this like a 2.5 or a 3-star. I would definitely check out more from his author though. Love the 80s, 90s writing. So if you have any Christopher Pike suggestions, preferably some that are actually like scarier and more scarier, then that would be great. Looks like it's starting to get like quite foggy outside, which I guess is great because I do want to play a bit of Silent Hill F today at some point. Why, yes, I am still going to the gym today. I have training at 9 a.m, but I want to go to Costa or something first. So I need to make my pre-workout shake and take it with me, because I'm not going to go to Costa and then come back here and then go to training. No siree. I think this is the earliest I've ever had to walk down here. It's actually kind of scary. Kind of scary, like the way it looks. It is literally Silent Hill in my life right now. Oh my god. Oh my god. But yeah, Costa opens at 7 and it's just turned 7. And I don't know like how busy it is. Hopefully it's not too busy when they first open. I'm really hoping it'll be like really quiet so I can sit in for like an hour and a half, because I've got training at 9. So if I have something to eat, have a coffee, and I brought 13 Months Haunted by Juliano, I think. And that one, I believe, is set in 2000, and it follows a teacher who gets a girl in her class And this girl's mother also comes to this class, who just like sits there and observes, and I think it's like a little bit creepy. And this girl will not touch a computer. And yeah, I think it has something to do with that and something to do with the haunting. So I'm going to start it and cast it, and hopefully I enjoy it. I've seen it around recently because it's quite new, so a few people have been reading it and I've been excited to read it too. So that's what I'm going to do. This is the part where it gets really sippy. Seeing the ground. I'll put the camera back on me because if I fall, that would be funny. Not being followed. Excellent. Yeah, I've never been down here this early before. I've come that early that the shutter is down on the entire shopping centre. Great. I'll have to find another way in.
Don't cry to me. If you loved me, you would be here with me. You want me, come find me, make up your mind. Shouldn't let you fall, lose it all. So maybe you can remember yourself. Can't keep believing we're only deceiving ourselves, and I'm sick of the lie. And you're too late. Don't cry to me. If you love me, you would be here with me. You want me, come find me, make up your mind. Couldn't take the blame, sick with shame. Must be exhausting to lose your own game. Selfishly hated, no wonder you're jaded. You can't blame the victim this time, and you're too late. So don't cry to me. If you love me, you would be here with me. You want me, come find me, make up your mind. You never call me when you're sober. You only want it 'cause it's over. It's over.
Made it home 10:37 a.m. and I have put myself one of the meals I get from the gym in the microwave. So this is chicken tikka masala. I'm about to have that. My eating schedule is going to be so messed up today. Made myself a protein shake as well, and I did pretty good at the gym today. The last time I did my 24-hour, I went to training and I didn't do as well. And even my trainer today said, I'm doing so much better than I did the last time I forced myself to stay awake for 24 hours. And he was so right. But I did have a lovely time at Costa this morning. It was so quiet. I really do want to try and get there more often because it was just so nice to be at that time. Because yeah, there was just like barely anyone. I think I was like the second person they probably served. And it was just so nice. I mean, I wish there was more of an independent coffee shop near me, but there just isn't. The only coffee shops near me are the chain coffee shops. So Costa will have to do, got to page, what does that say? 77 of 13 Months Haunted. So I finished part 1. This is split into parts. So I got to part 1 and then I left and went to the gym. And I like it so far. It's pretty fine. Like, it isn't blowing me away just yet. I'm a little bit intrigued by the story because yeah, we do have Avery, this girl who's come to Piper's class. So Piper is the teacher. Piper is the main character. And yeah, Avery's mother is kind of just hanging around and she seems like a helicopter mom, but they are kind of running away from something. We kind of do find out what that is pretty early on, but I'll not say what it is, just in case, you know, it's a spoiler. I don't think it would be a spoiler, but I'm not going to say it just in case. But that part of it intrigues me. But what I don't really get is Piper as the main character. So Avery, in her class, like, she's written a short story, and it's kind of a scary short story. And Piper's posted it online. Like, this is a 8th grader. I don't know how old that is, but an 8th grader. So she's a teenager. I'm sure it's like, maybe like 14, 15 maybe or something. I don't know. And this young girl has written this story that might tie into her life. And it's a scary story as well. And Piper's just posted it on her blog. And it's October 12th, 2000 or something when she posted that. And the reason I remember that date specifically is because that was the date that season 3, episode 2 of Charmed aired on the WB. Yeah, October 12th, 2000. The episode Magic Hour. Not one of my favourite Charmed episodes, but, you know, love Charmed. Anyway, I can't be really good with dates like that. So whenever I think of May 17th, 2001, I think of the season 3 finale, All Hell Breaks Loose. October 7th, 1998 was the date that Charmed premiered. May 21st, 2006 was when the series ended. Literally, I have really weird dates in my head sometimes, like very specific ones that I impress myself. Sometimes I impress myself. Anyway, yeah, I'm not a big fan of Piper just posting about one of her students on her blog. I mean, it's not getting like that many readers because we're talking 2000. Like, literally her computer has a sticker that says, make sure your computer is off December 31st, 1999, because obviously the whole Y2K computers will crash when we hit the year 2000, blah, blah, blah. You know, that kind of thing. That's kind of mentioned in this. I kind of like the early 2000s mentions. I like the Ask Jeeves mentions. I like the dial-up broadband mentions. Downloading MP3s in the risk of potentially getting a virus through that. It's just taking me back. It is. So I kind of love the little references like that. But yeah, I'm just not a big fan of Piper, the main character, doing what she's doing. I just find that so intrusive. But other than that, you know, I do like her in other ways. She stood up to a man who is not a nice man. And I love that she stood up to him. So she's obviously someone who is able to stand up for herself, even when it looks to be a scary situation. So I admire that, I do. But something happened in the end of part 1 that I'm like, oh my god. So I need to continue reading on because I hope it's not a cop-out. But we'll see. We'll see. I like it. It's not blowing me away, but I like it. It's very readable. Very fast read as well because it is broken up into these parts as well. And then you have title pages like this. I feel like I could get through this pretty quickly. I do know my mum and sister are coming in an hour or 2, so that might put me behind just slightly. I do need to eat my meal. I need to go in the shower as well. I'm not going to wash my hair. I did that yesterday, and my hair is just so big. I'm going to make an appointment and get a cut next week. I wanted a cut, you know, closer to actually going to New York, so it's like fresh, but like, oh my god, look at it. It's so long. It is so long. So I'm going to get a cut next week. So at the minute, I'm just going to have to rock the Victor Frankenstein look. But yeah, it takes ages to dry, so I'm not going to wash my hair. But the rest of me definitely needs washed.
I've been alone too long. Gotta learn how to walk with my shadow. I've been so low in my lane till you showed up out of nowhere. Damn, now I got a halo. So keep up. I'm saying, but they praying I keep up. Don't let up on me. I know you're waiting so patiently. I've been all the way for long. Got everything into place. Only thing I'm missing though, seeing you face to face. insane. I parlay every second when I go into your lane. I need more. Limitless space, I'm out of my reach. You're too perfect, girl. You fit every niche. I'm like, can you even be so cold? Yeah. Can I be the one you hold? 'Cause I've been on the way for long. Got everything into place, yeah. Only thing I'm missing is seeing you face to face.
My mum has just been and she got me some sushi, which is so lovely. I am a little bit further into 13 Months Haunted. Again, it's still just okay. Still just okay. How far in am I? 144 pages. I don't think I'm really liking the investigation side of it, honestly. The first thing Piper does, I found a little bit unbelievable. I feel like there's a lot that's being glossed over. There isn't really much that is, you know, being embellished. And with the characters, I don't know, it feels a little bit basic, you know, a bit of basic writing. Not really feeling too much towards anyone. I'm still intrigued by what could potentially be happening. I have a theory that it's a demon, a dancing demon, or something isn't right there. I do have a theory. I will finish this. I'll say if I'm right. But yeah, I do need to get a move on. I'm hoping to finish this in a couple of hours because I still haven't finished my second book. I am 13 hours into the challenge. That's kind of terrible stats, actually. That is terrible stats. I need to move my ass.
Are you beautiful? Oh, you are so gorgeous. You are so gorgeous. Look at you. Oh, you're so beautiful. Hiya. Oh, I could just eat you. Yes, I could. Do you want some food? Do you want some food? I'll get you some food, okay?
2:58 p.m. and I have just finished 13 Months Haunted. Firstly though, I did put the heating on for 30 minutes. I can't believe it is September 26th today and I've put the heating on for the first time this year. Well, since winter. And usually I'm the kind of person who just wait until the last very possible minute, but I was just feeling a bit cold and now I feel too hot. So I'll not be making that same mistake again. I also got an appointment for my hair to get cut on Monday. So in 3 days time, I should feel like a whole new woman. But anyway, yes, I finished 13 Months Haunted. I did start to skim because I ended up not really caring about the mystery. I ended up not really caring about the characters. A lot of the characters came across as quite dumb, especially Piper. She made a lot of dumb decisions. And I can't even chalk it up to the time period either, really. I don't know, I just felt like the decisions she made weren't explained well enough in the writing for me to fully understand why she was doing certain things. And yeah, it just didn't really end up scaring me like at all by the end. I felt the ending was a little bit contrived, a little bit predictable, and unfortunately a bit of a disappointment considering how excited I was to read this one. I haven't read the other one by this author. What is it, like Station 11 or something? Oh no, Dead 11 even. I would still kind of want to because I kind of like the cover of that one. But I felt like this just overstayed its welcome. It probably would have been better as a short story. I really did not get the Stranger Things vibes from that at all. So Craig DeLuey, author of episode 13, in Stuff for the Children, which I did read and like, you're a liar. You're a liar. Didn't feel the Stranger Things vibe of this at all. Barely Stephen King vibes as well, to be honest. Didn't really do anything for me, unfortunately. So I'll give it a 2.5. Yeah, is that 2 books in a row that I've given like a 2.5? Holy damn, we've started off pretty poorly for the 24-hour readathon. I say we started off. I've been doing this for 15 hours now. It's now 3 p.m. and I've only read 2 books. I don't know if I'm going to beat my page count from the last time. I don't know if we're beating 1,166 pages. I really need to step up. So you're just going to have to stick around and find out if I do end up beating my page count from the last 24-hour readathon I did. But next I'm going to do A Short Stay in Hell by Stephen L. Peck. Something nice and short. This one I do have high hopes for. Quite big writing. Only 100 pages. We'll get through it so quickly. And then after this, I do want to try and play some Silent Hill F. I've been so excited for it. And I just haven't had a chance to play it yet. And I am worried I'm not going to beat my previous page count, so I really shouldn't play anything. I should just stick to the reading. But I really do need to continue breaking down my day because I'm flagging a little bit. We have, 9 hours left of this? And I need to stay as wide awake as possible. Oh, I'm kind of liking how I've got that kind of matching my bookcase a little bit there. Can you see the way it's kind of worked out? The line and stuff. Oh my gosh, that's kind of satisfying, I'm not gonna lie. Anyway, sorry, I'm kind of rambling and I'm going off topic. I'm off to read. Maybe I might make another coffee. Yeah, fuck it, why not?
It's so easy for me to say what I'm thinking. It's so obvious for you, my heart keeps beating. I don't mind. There's something about you that keeps me alive. How can I get to you this time? I won't chase you, I'll give you my heart tonight. I won't blame you, it's easy when I lose the fight. Keep me in your mind, I swear I'll do the time. Promise me we'll be alright. I won't chase you.
Okay, it is 4:44 p.m. and this hurt my bloody brain. And it really did give me a little bit of an existential crisis too. It's one of those books where it does explore the possibility of hell. And I thought this was going to be like a little bit goofy at first because, like, I'll not do any spoilers and stuff, but when Soren, who is our main character, gets to hell, you know, we have like this devil kind of person. And there's just like a little bit of goofiness there. There was a little bit of goofiness there. A little bit of humor. So I thought this would be like more dark humor than anything else. But oh my god, this was so bleak. So bleak, hurt my brain. So many numbers. There was a time when I wanted to live forever because I never ever wanted to die. This book is making me so glad that there is an end. I love the idea of there potentially... Oh, I haven't even told you about this about... But yeah, Soren like dies and he sees what hell is. He is sent to a hell where it's like the Library of Babel, where there are billions upon billions upon billions upon billions upon billions and more of books, like every single possible book that could ever exist and every book that ever has existed. And your life story could also be there, but like every like facet of your life story, like you could have a book that is narrated by your shoe that is about your big toe kind of thing. Like, I'm not explaining it very well because I am a little bit sleep deprived, as you know. And yeah, oh my god, this hurt my head so much. Like, it was so good. I love the idea of, you know, existence and trying to wrap your head around certain things that the human imagination can never wrap its mind around. There is so much about this universe, so much beyond our universe, and oh my god, it's just... Yeah, definitely did not go in the direction I thought it would go in. So yeah, the main character has to find his story, essentially. He has to find the story of his life. Find the book describing your earthly life story without errors in spelling, grammar, etc. Because yeah, it's not even just the fact that every book that could ever exist is in there. Like, say this book could exist in a million, bajillion different formats because of the amount of characters that are in the book. One character could be changed and that would be a whole book. Oh my god, like it hurts. It hurts my brain. But I liked it. It's not a 5-star. It's feeling like a 4-star because, you know, there's only really like so much you can do with this kind of premise where you have a character who is searching for something endlessly, and the people they meet along the way, the kind of hell that they're in, there's only so many times that can be described, and what they have to go through can be described. Yeah, the history of your big toe is viewed from the perspective of your shoe is there. Like, it's just so bizarre. Yeah, this is hell, an eternity surrounded by books, but they're all nonsense. I guess this is a good indication of what it would look like, but there are an infinite number of flaws, and you can fall between them. And you can like fold and fold and fold it like for a long time. Someone works out like how many books there would be here. So I'll not say exactly what that is because maybe that would be a spoiler. But if you want to know like the size of this hell, if you're someone near the middle of hell and you want to get to the bottom, you only have 10 to the 1,297,377th light years to go. Light years! Oh my god, like, there's just things that I don't want to think about. Like the way that this is, it's one of them. Okay. So, but anyway, I liked it. It was a really good story to read. 100 pages, can't go wrong. It is definitely disturbing in a way. If you like try and think too hard about it, it's disturbing. There are just some things that us as humans shouldn't think about. I do want to do another book. I really wanted to do Murder at the Black Cat Cafe by Seishi Yokomizo next. But I really want an audiobook like so badly. I just want to like lie down with an audiobook and just listen to an audiobook. There's not an audiobook of Murder at the Black Cat Cafe that I can get hold of. But I might be able to get hold of Incidents Around the House. Let me check. Please hold. 5 weeks wait on Libby. I've heard both good and bad things. Oh, there we go. There we go, book beat. I've heard both good and bad things about this audiobook. People have said something about a young girl narrator, and it can either be creepy or really annoying. We'll see how we get on with that. I just want to lie down for a bit, listen to the audiobook, already started, and play some Silent Hill. I've been so excited to play it, and I haven't even had a chance to. I think our main character is 8-year-old Bella, and there's an other mommy, which sounds very Coraline-esque. A malevolent entity who asks her every day, can I go inside your heart? And there are incidents around the house. Paranormal stuff, probably. You know, things being moved. Only other thing I know about this is that there is a bathroom scene. And a lot of people do talk about this bathroom scene when they're talking about disturbing things. I just want to know what the hell they mean. Because that has intrigued me for the last, year since this book came out. And I've heard the bathroom scene got me. The bathroom scene got me. What is the bathroom scene? And then I do have sprints tonight at 9 p.m. in 4 hours. I have Patreon sprints, and that's going to be for the last 3 hours of this 24-hour reading challenge. So hopefully I can get to that during that. But if I want to listen to all of this, I'm going to have to just not play the game that I wanted to play. No, I don't want another coffee. I don't. And I do want to order. I want to order Chinese tonight, but I want to order aromatic duck. It's like my favorite. If I was on death row and they said you can have one final meal, what will it be? It would be aromatic duck. So I want to order that tonight, but it's a little bit too early. I might order around about 7. Definitely don't want any more coffee. Don't think I want to open a Monster. Well, I definitely think I ordered the wrong size. Do you want to share some, Tobu? Do you want to share some? I think that's a little bit too much. Oopsies. Oh my god. I somehow managed to finish it, essentially. Oh, I don't know how I did that. That looked like it was way too much. But that is my favorite, my absolute favorite. I'm literally tearing up. I'm tearing up. You know when you have food that good? It's like your favorite food and you just feel emotional. Oh, Tobu, I'm crying. Daddy's crying. Also, that bunny there, that's been crocheted, was crocheted by Haley from Haley in Bookland. She has a Etsy store where she sells crocheted things from animals to sea creatures to all sorts of things. So I will leave a link to her Etsy down below if you fancy it. I would pick it up and show you, but I need to wash my hands. My hands are, you know what I mean. It is so cute, isn't it, Tobu? Do you love it? Yes, you do. Yes, you do.
Something about
Still listening to the Incidents Around the House audiobook, 55% in apparently, which translates to page 204. And I have just been lying downstairs, mostly with my eyes closed, just listening to this. And it's been really nice, actually. I feel like my eyes have been refreshed and renewed. I haven't been able to play anything, which is honestly a little bit good, and I'm not going to lie. But if I want to beat the last 24 hours page count, then I need to lock in. I've made myself a decaf cinnamon roll cappuccino, and I don't know if that would count towards the caffeine counter. Does decaf count towards caffeine? I will Google this as I'm editing this, and I'll add it to the caffeine counter right now. If Google says that decaf has caffeine. Probably does, I don't know. But I am really liking this so far, and I really like the audiobook too. I think the audiobook narrator is doing such a good job at giving this young girl's voice. And you know what? She does sound a little bit younger than how she comes across as in the story. And she sounds almost like a 6-year-old in the audiobook, which obviously like isn't that much of a discrepancy, of course. And what she's going through with like, you know, other mummy as well. Like, I've got some theories, and some of it I think might be potentially like stunting her growth, like her childhood. I feel like Other Mommy is almost like a horror manifestation of the breaking down of her family. So like her mum and her dad, I don't really like them all that much, to be honest. I feel like they're not great, especially the mum. And I don't really like how the parents, they, like, I'm not going to do any spoilers, but like the parents, they kind of trauma dump on their child when they think she's asleep. But you wouldn't like go into your child's room when they're 8 years old, thinking they're asleep and telling them all of your problems. You know what I mean? Like, it just felt like some of that was a little bit unfair and unnecessary. But I will say it does lead to something really creepy that happens. So I can't fault it too much because it led to that creepy moment. So I really liked the creepy moment. I liked it a lot. And I'm not scared of this. Like, Other Mommy does freak me out a little bit. And there have been like little creepy moments. And an event kind of happened, I want to say like about like 20 pages ago, that I do think has made the plot get even faster. But other than that, it's not really scary to me. But I feel like it's really hard to scare me through words on a page. So I have to give kudos to the audiobook narrator for voicing this little girl. And also like the emotion in her voice as well is really helping me see like more of the creepiness. Because hearing that pain through the main character is really helping me to sympathize, but to also understand that this is such a devastating situation that she is in, and there is so much that she is scared of, and I can hear it, I can feel it through the audiobook. I also feel like I might be getting a cold. My throat is not really cooperating, and also I still feel so stuffed after the food. Like, it was so hard to move. So hard to move afterwards. So I'm still waiting for certain scenes to happen. I'm waiting to see if there's going to be a resolution and if it is going to tie into the deterioration of the family, or if the family is going to come through and survive and be stronger for it. You know, I'm hoping for the best because, you know, I do feel like, even though I'm not a big fan of the parents, like, I get their situation and I do like Bella, our main character. I'm really, really rooting for her, even if her parents I could like give or take. And I feel like it does take quite a lot of talent to have a protagonist who is 8 years old. So like the writer, Josh Malerman, I think he's doing a really good job at having this 8-year-old girl narrate. Like, it's not scaring me, but I appreciate the craft, you know, I respect it. Now I have just over 45 minutes before I do some reading sprints. Again, I'm going to round out today with 3 hours of reading sprints. And I feel like I will get this finished tonight, but I feel like this might be it though. I don't think I'll be able to fit in another book after this, which I'm gutted about, because I really wanted to read that Murder at the Black Cat Cafe, and I still can. You know, I'm doing Imposter Toss after this, so I can read it for that one, of course, but I am pretty doubtful that I beat my previous page count. I should have done this on a day where I wasn't at training. Mistakes were made, but you know what? I'm human. Oh my god, I was just setting up for the Patreon sprints, and Ash has come and joined me as well, because he's just such a daddy's boy today. Such a daddy's boy. And I literally just listened, like, I'm continuing to listen to the audio because I was setting everything up, and I got to the bathroom part. Yeah, that was freaky. That was very freaky. 62%, and I still have 25 minutes until the live show as well. So I feel like I could get quite a lot read before the live show. But yeah, that bathroom scene. Oh my god. Oh my god. What do you think of the bathroom scene, Ash? What do you think of it? What do you think of it? Oh, I love you. Oh, I love you. Ash doesn't have very many words to say. Oh, look at him. He's got on his little back. He got on his back. Oh, scratchy scratch. Yeah, I also got my blanket out, so we'll see if I'm going to actually be able to lie down and get cozy with it, or if Ash is going to stay lying on top of it, so I can't. But yeah, pretty much just under 3.5 hours to go. And I am feeling great. I feel like I'm getting a second wind. I'm feeling perked up. I'm feeling awake. Bon appetit. I'm just lying down here with Ash, lying on my throw, which I wanted to use as a blanket, but he lay on it before I could even get under it. So the throw might be out unless he moves. Yeah, so I am 21 hours into the 24 hours. I'm going to have to open the books fizz. I totally forgot. Right? Oh, it's going to scare Ash, though, if I open it. You know what? I'll open it in the kitchen. I wasn't going to drink any more liquids because I've been peeing so much. So wait there. I did say, I even said in the vlog as well that I wanted to open the books fizz because I'm a classy bitch like that. Got my books fizz now. So unclassy. But I hope that didn't scare you, beautiful man. But I did say I would open this to celebrate. So cheers. Cheers, everyone. Cheers. Honestly, we love ourselves some books fizz in this household. Listen to the end of Incidents Around the House. Hang on. Oh, okay. Love the ending. But I can't really speak. Right now. I have 37 minutes left on the sprint. It is currently, hang on. It is currently 11:09 p.m. I have 51 minutes until midnight, and I don't think I am beating my page count unless I go straight into my next book. So 37 minutes left on the sprint. I really want to start this, like, so badly, so I'm going to start it, and I'm hoping that I read enough that I will get past the page count. So I will be back in just a moment. Cracked open the books fizz, because, you know, we've got to end this vlog in style. I'll see you soon. Please. I want to beat my last page count. Okay. We've got 10 seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Happy New Year! Woo! Woo! Cheers, everyone. Cheers. We did it. 24 hours where I've really actually been awake for. Probably more like 40 hours or something like that. Yay! Oh, balloons in confetti. From the sky drop like confetti. All eyes on me. So VIP. Fireworks. There's another one. So this one there, balloons. Woo! It is now past midnight, and Jade has just gone live on her Patreon. As soon as I finished mine at midnight, Jade went live. I love that. She's doing some midnight sprints right now, which I will tune in for. I have 5% battery left, but it's fine. So yes, the 24 hours is up. And I did manage to finish Incidents Around the House. I'm giving it 4 stars. I low-key love that ending. it kind of gagged me. And I won't say exactly why, because I feel like even saying why would be a bit of a spoiler, but I did really end up enjoying it. There were still some things I wasn't the biggest fan of. I wasn't a big fan of some of the monologues, because we're kind of coming from, you know, a young girl's perspective. Some of it seemed a little bit far-fetched, or it just didn't really like fit with the tone, or at least like fit with the main character's voice. And so some of the monologues I didn't really get on with. And also I'm like, you're in mortal danger, why are you giving a monologue? You know, it's just and some of it wasn't all that surprising, but I had a really fun time. I thought it was good, and I really liked the audiobook too. I really did like the audiobook narrator's voice. I thought it was great. I know a lot of people find it annoying, but hey, I'm not one of them. But good book nonetheless, though. I really did like it. So I did then get 50 pages into Murder at the Black Cat Cafe, and I'm liking this one so far too. I haven't told you what this is about, but this is set in 1947 in Tokyo, and the Black Cat Cafe is actually a brothel, and a policeman one night is just like walking by, and he sees this monk. He's digging, and the policeman sees that there is a body of a woman there, as well as the body of a black cat, which is honestly so heartbreaking right now. Like, I don't want to read about stuff like that. But yeah, like now there's like an investigation into it, and I like it so far. You know, like not much has happened. It is really just like the investigation, finding out who the victim is, which they can't identify just yet, but they're trying to work it out and stuff. So I'm liking it. It's feeling a little bit Poirot by Agatha Christie, a little bit. I like the use of a map as well as some of the chapter headings. It's reading pretty fast. Like, I think I got 50 pages read in like, what was it, like 35 minutes left of the sprint, or 30 minutes left of the sprint. It is one with, you know, a bit of a big font, big margins. So 50 pages, not too shabby. I think I'm going to end up reading this in my Embosso Toss, which I'll be doing like right after this. It should be going live on my channel a week after this vlog goes live. So if you want to know my thoughts on this and like what I end up rating it, I will finish it off in my next Embosso Toss video. I don't like leaving this video with a book unfinished, but you know, it is past midnight, the challenge is over. And I did this last Halloween too. I did a 24 hours of horror last vlogs of Halloween, and I didn't get to finish the House of Good Bones, but I did end up finishing it recently in my Snake Across My Bookshelves video. So, you know, I feel like these videos are, you know, finishing books that I've started ages ago. So I might try and finish Summer of Night in my next Embosso Toss as well, because I started that in my Haunted School videos, but never finished it. I might try and finish that off too. Finish this, finish the Summer of Night book, and we'll just like come full circle. And now for the moment of truth, to see if the books I finished in this video and the page count beats the last one. So The Midnight Club was the first book I read, and this one has 212 pages. So I've got my trusty calculator up right now. 212 plus 366 for 30 Months Haunted, plus I think this was like what, 104? Yeah, 104 for Short Stay in Hell. And then 367 for Incidents Around the House. I don't think I'm making it, guys. Plus the 50 pages I read of Murder at the Black Cat Cafe. That equals... Oh no, I got so close. 1,099 pages. Ugh. 1,166. I couldn't beat. But we got really close. If I didn't go to the gym, if I didn't have a visit from my mother, if I had did a bit more of a better strategy, like maybe more audiobooks could have been very helpful. Maybe if I listened to an audiobook instead of music on my way to and from the gym, that could have helped. I should have utilized the 24 hours a lot better. So that only means we need to do this again at some point once I've recovered to be 1,166. That was what it was, wasn't it? 1,099. Yeah, buggers. I don't know about you, but I'm going straight to bed. So thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Don't forget to leave this video a like if you enjoyed, and subscribe if you haven't already. Leave all your comments down below. Let me know what you thought of the video. Let me know if you've read any of the books that I read in this video. Any books that you think would be better for a 24-hour readathon. Because, you know, we could look at strategies next time. You know, any books that would help with it, whether it's audiobook, ebook, physical, you name it, let me know down below. I want to give a huge thank you to my patrons for supporting my channel. If you'd like to join my Patreon, then the link is in the description box. But yeah, I hope I will see you in the next video. Bye.